Hello, beautiful people. We're back in the place to be. It's been a long day. Not a bad day, just a long day. Had to remind myself that I did have a live this morning. It feels like a very, very, very long time ago. I don't have any topic. I just realized that, especially after today's live earlier, that I've had to pretty much rush off. So I said, well, I've got a little bit of time. Let me go hang out with the people, see what it is that y'all want to talk about, if anything, and then get back on, with the weekend and whatnot. No, no, you would have heard the sirens. And the siren is me screaming all the way here in Seattle. Pretty sure that you'll be able to hear it around the world when that drops. I'm gonna have to breathe into a paper bag just to get to my computer. Shoot. Child, you weren't ready for the tangerines. I wasn't ready for what was under the tangerines when I saw it. Just wow. Incredible, incredible. We're talking about South Park and video I put together on that. But yeah, I was not quite prepared for that. If you haven't seen it already, make sure this weekend you give this video some love, because it's fighting against the stupidity of the algo to break through. A quick update. We had a live earlier today wherein we read a delectable document filed by the Barry White Family Trust moving for sanctions against Joe Cooley and Rodney O. They have until August 8th to respond. Rodney O already filed his response today. It's 22 pages of compiled horse nonsense, horse caca. We're not going to read it. The only thing noteworthy in there is that, number one, the Barry White Trust has accused Rodney O specifically of perjury in their motion for sanctions for several things. But one of the things that they took painstaking effort to point out was where Rodney O has perjured himself multiple times in front of the court. And so in looking at his response for the motion of sanctions, he de facto admits to perjury. We read on this channel a declaration, as the trust puts it, a declaration by Rodney O. And one of the things that he said in that declaration was that he has used a number filing system that is standard called Bates numbers. And he has insisted that at least once, he did it at least once in a declaration that he on his own, nobody asked, submitted to the court. And then in his response to the motion to dismiss, off top, I used an alternative numbering system. I said, I don't need to go through these 22 pages. That's all I need to see. So that's what has happened since last we talked this morning. Oh, and the other thing he said in there was, it's really not fair for y'all to keep bringing up Nicole Key. She acts independent of me. I have no control over her. Oh boy. Yeah. Glow was arrested. She paid a $22,000 bond and, was released. That was yesterday or the day before yesterday. If y'all didn't know, um, Glow, who has a home in, Atlanta, some people tried to burgle her home, and there was a law enforcement response to her home, at which point they smelled marijuana. She's not there at the time. It's my recollection when I read this a couple days ago. She's not there at the time. Nobody's in the house, but they smell it when they get there to deal with this, attempted break-in/robbery. Um, they go in, they look, they see an exorbitant amount of wacky tobacco and say it's a felony amount. Her family was there, thank you. She wasn't home, her family was there. So, yeah, they found what they say I mean, if they say they found a felon well, first of all, it's illegal in Georgia, of course. But I'm sure they're thinking more intent to distribute type vibes. Um, so yeah, her bond was 23,000. Don't do that. Come on. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's just an unfortunate set of circumstances, and it happens more often than you would think. So, no. I've seen that. I've seen, um if you've got somebody breaking into your home with weapons, you're not thinking about that, and you don't have anything to defend yourself, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about somebody needs to get here. I don't even recall how it was that police were actually dispatched. I don't know if it was security that did it. We don't know. So, let's not cut corners and make a bunch of assumptions about things, okay? I didn't say they called the police. Said there was a law enforcement response. So, just take a step back. Yeah, it's real easy to say. It's real easy to say. Let somebody put a gun to your face. Let somebody come to your front door, tell you they're gonna kill you. Yeah, so he's wearing no, no, no. It is what it is, it's the system that we have. You can ACAB all you want all over the place. I'm not gonna hold you nor disagree with you, but we're also not gonna pretend that this isn't the system that we have, and we're not gonna pretend like niggas don't call the police. We're not gonna pretend those things because that's just dumb. Society is much more complicated and nuanced than that. So, don't do that. That's not fair. Well, it is illegal in all states. It is illegal in all states per federal law. This is like immigration and sanctuary cities and local laws versus federal laws. So, depending on how you slice it, it is illegal everywhere. And since the feds have not taken it upon themselves to make it legal everywhere, then it becomes a state's issue, and that's a state by state issue. So, but Georgia is corrupt. If I ever talk shit about your state, it doesn't have anything to do. I'm not talking about the people. I'm not talking about the food. I'm not talking about, if you hear me talk about a state, I'm talking about the government. Fuck Georgia forever. Forever, ever. Texas, Arizona, and Florida. All them off top. Fuck all the way off. Horrible governments. Absolutely horrible. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Alabama too. Alabama too. I mean, there's several. I could go, my list is pretty long actually, but I prioritize in order of significance of fuck that state. It goes Florida, Texas, Georgia. This is my top 3. Florida, Texas, Georgia in that order. I said Florida, Texas, Georgia in that order. Thank you very much. So, yeah. And here's another one. Louisiana is probably definitely in my top 5 because I have a long memory and I don't let go of shit. Fuck Louisiana. Fuck Louisiana. I had to deal with the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. It was entrenched into it. Yep, fuck them too. Mhm. Yeah, this is definitely in the top 10. Definitely in the top 10. Mhm, mhm. Tennessee, deuce, deuce. Trinity Charm. As a Texan, I agree with your list. Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with you. You're great. You're great. A lot of wonderful things have come out of Texas and people. Yeah, but as a government, fuck them forever. Ever, ever. Ever, 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 ever. Ever. Corrupt as hell. Corrupt as hell. Ugh. I knew Florida was on the list. I live in Jacksonville. It's number 1. It is number 1 on the list. Every once in a while, Texas, you know? Every once in a while, Texas will slide into first for a little bit, but Florida forever and always, rest in peace, Trayvon Martin, stays at number 1 forever. Fuck Florida. I was so angry when I discovered a sister in Florida. I was like, "Oh, you lucky I love you." You lucky I love you, your husband, and your kids. I'm on my way, but I broke a, you know, years long boycott on not one dime. Not one dime. She has since relocated. Thank God. So, but yeah, not one dime. Not one dime. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. And then there's brisket, But Texas is Mexico. I said what I said. We have several very lovely Texans in this community. We'll never willingly go there, but love y'all. Yeah, love y'all. Oh, on the corruption tip, honorable mention, Illinois. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. First of all, every state is corrupt. Let me be clear. Every state government has corruption, period, point blank. But again, there's levels to this. There's levels to this. Brisket. Yeah, brisket. Yeah, not one dime. Not one dime. Not one dime. Texas too, not one dime. Not one dime. I was so glad when she said that her husband was they were in Florida for her husband's job, and then he got relocated out of Florida. I was like, "Hallelujah." I went down there once to spend some time with her, um, and her family, and I mean, I barely left the Airbnb, quiet as kept, for a week. I was like, "No, we don't need to go anywhere." Now, first of all, when I go places, I don't like to be a tourist, so I was like, "No, we really don't need to show me shit." This is about QT. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. In my top 10 for sure. In my top 10, Michigan. Are you kidding me? If you wanna talk about the corruption races, you know, because again, we can categorize this in different ways. If we're just talking about, a government that is anti the people, I'm going Florida, Texas, I'm giving you my big 3. But if you wanna go with state level corruption, baby, baby, Texas, Maryland, who am I gonna put in my top 3? New York is jumping up and down. Pick me, pick me, pick me. New York is definitely jumping up and down. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Um, Michigan is also like, nah, 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 nah. We poison people. Hold my beer. Made of dirty poisoned water. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. New York, hella thirsty. Hella thirsty. Oh, yep. North Carolina is another one. Yep. Chris with a K. Y'all, I don't think we like it here, you know? You might have a point. You might have a point. Shanaria Williams, hello. It's okay. It's the whole live is an LBG. We just chilling. We just chilling and talking. Right now, we talking about states that are fucked up. Yeah. Yeah, Baltimore forever. Baltimore and Chicago. Chicago forever sending a mayor to prison or AIDS or alderman. I mean, just for decade upon decade upon decade upon decade. Wow. It's shockingly impressive. We are about halfway through the set of 50. Like I said, every single state, but there's levels to this, and you got to prioritize the harms that they cause. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about my choice to stay where I am, since I can't go off planet, which is my preference. Which is my preference. If you were gonna say to me, "Where would you like to move to?" Off planet or very, very, very far out of the country. Yeah, I know and can navigate the corruption here like the back of my hand. So, which planet, Absa? I was thinking to myself earlier today, as the weather changed from, October to July. So annoying. Um, I was thinking to myself, I think one of the things I feel most cheated about in this life, the thing that just makes me go, "Yeah, this was all a rip." You mean we went through all this shit? This it? This it? I think one of the biggest rip-offs is the fact that we're not that human beings are limited to one planet. I would honestly love nothing more than for the Earth, capital T, capital E, the Earth, to be one of thousands of planets with intelligent species and society, because it would humble us a great deal, and I think that's necessary. But also because it gives us options. It gives us options, and I feel ripped off. I feel ripped off. I can't get in my little spaceship and just go off planet somewhere else. You know what? I'm gonna go work in the whatever galaxy. Mhm. Put me on the outer rim. I don't even care. I really don't care. I don't care. Ugh. I don't want Mars either. Mars is not. I understand the rationale of Mars. Mars needs to happen. This is another reason why I feel cheated, because Mars needs to happen and Mars should have happened already. We should be in process, deep in process of Mars. Um, but that's not the way space exploration and travel has gone for this iteration of existence on this timeline. It's not happening. So, yeah, the fact that we're behind, as far as I'm concerned, scientifically, behind the curve, you know, I feel cheated. I mean, they're working on everything for Mars. And again, Mars has to happen for anywhere else to happen unless unless the aliens are watching. This channel is super friendly. This channel is super friendly. We got snacks and lots of musical options for you, for some, interspecies cultural, exchange. So if you're out there watching, if you're seeing this signal and you're wondering to yourself, I don't know, man. I don't know if there are any humans down there who'd be down to kick it. I'm down. Can we kick it? Yes, we can. I'm down. Let's go. No, I don't need to come back. I'm good. I'm good. Don't tempt me with a good time. Don't tempt me with a good time. Down like brandy, for real. Take me up out of here, man. Take me up out of here. Show me what's really going on out there. Show me what's really going on. No, I don't really need into any insights into humanity. I got it, dog. What's going on out there? What's going on out there? Do you need delegates for Earth? I volunteer as tribute. I volunteer as tribute. You want to introduce me to your friends? Absolutely. Absolutely. What should I wear? Well, like I said, I don't want Mars to be my destination, but if we're thinking, if we're thinking rationally, Mars has to happen for anywhere else to happen. If we're thinking sci-fi, somebody come get me. If we're thinking Shanaria, take me with you. I volunteer as tribute. I'm an Afrofuturist anyway, so uh, for real. Who? Them? The human? Nah, I'm not with them. Hurry, let's go before they see us. Exactly. Just move along. Nothing to see here. Yeah, they're wretched. Yes, they are wretched. They sure are wretched. Let's go. Let's go. I've got a couple I want to scoop. It'll be worth your while. I promise you. There's the Bompton assassin. There's the catwalk assassin. There's her manager. Her manager also has 2 little assistants. They're real cute. Couple people I want to scoop seeds on the way. But otherwise, yes, they're a wretched life form. Uzu, find one of those pocket dimensions and pop out. That's hilarious. Yes. If I'm using my sci-fi brain, the thing we need for anything else to happen is near light speed travel. Yes, that is exactly right. Since we don't have that technology here on this planet, I repeat my request. Come get me. I know you out there buzzing around. Come get me, dog. Shit. Let me get my cat, my sisters, my nieces, my nephews. I'm out. I just need us to pop by a couple places, issue an invite. Well, it's not about to bounce. You staying or you want to come? I don't know if I will ever be back. This is it. This is our one shot. You staying? You going? I'm out. Fuck that. Nah. It's too tempting. I've seen everything. If y'all will recall, I asked this question on the channel a long time ago, and y'all got all into the, wait a minute, who all gonna be there? What kind of aliens are you talking about? What do you mean they come and they just offer to take you somewhere? What happened? Now y'all are like, fuck it, let's go. I have always been of the mindset that if they came down and knocked at my door and were like, hey, do you want to go? I'd be like, yes. Yes. How could you say no? Oh, yeah. I love you. Bye. Trinity Charm. So you would just leave us, Absa? What do you want me? You want me to stay? Why would I do that? I got it. I get it. I understand exactly what's going on here. What's going on out there? I'd really like to know. There's something beyond our self-centered, me. The earth. Oh, yeah. You ain't got to ask me twice. Like I said, I have conditions. Cat's got to come. We got to stop by a couple spots. Need to offer people the option to come, we're talking probably less than 10 people. I'm super picky. Standards real high. Real high. And I'm out. See, this is it right here, Kiki. I would say no. I feel like they're going to do experiments on me like lab mice and shove things in my butt. No. I'm going with, I'm going with the sci-fi civilized, societies on other planets around galaxies we've never even fucking thought of, let alone named, with the arrogance of us. I just feel like there's species out there that are like, you know, the humans call, you know what they call it on Earth, the Andromeda galaxy. So primitive. Like, I really want that to be real. Um, so yeah, in my sci-fi brain that says, "Oh yeah, I'm a go." They didn't abduct me from my bed to probe me. They came and were like, "Listen, it's not going well here. You seem decent. We've got some interplanetary exchange going on, and we'd like to know if you'd like to be a delegate. You want to pop out?" I'd be like, "Yeah." Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I sure do. They'd still try and bury me in the algo. They'd still try and bury me. Shit. Gosh, X, I hope it's not the three-body problem aliens. No, no. No, no. We're in fantasy world. We're in pure, everything is perfect. They mean no harm. They want to, liberate and empower. Mhm. Yep. I'm gone. Chris with a K. Are you willing to turn against your species? Let me think about it. Now, for me, that's easy. No, I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to do that. I'm too like the whole species. Nah, no, 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 no. I've got real ancestral feuds with specific pockets of the species. I'm not willing to let those go. No, 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 no. But to bounce out, yeah, I'm willing to do that. I'm not turning on black folks for aliens. I'm not turning on indigenous folks for aliens. No, I'm not doing that. Mm-mm. I would love to. Are you kidding? You see that happy little fat butt boy? Just all up in his own little mind. Just little fantasies going on. He just had little snackies. He's had zoomies all day. He's sploofed on there, if you can't tell. He's got one leg that's just hanging down over the front of the couch. I know because I know his body posture. He knows I'm talking about him. That's why he's looking over here right now. Huh? That's a smart cat back there. He's like, why are you telling people that I'm splooted on the back of the couch? Is it really necessary? First, you were telling people about my morning zoomies. Oh God, humans just overshare, sharing everybody else's business. Leave me out of it, lady. One feetsies out. Splooted. Needs nothing. Although he did, it's so dramatic this morning. His water dish was empty, and that boy just laid down next to that dish and just looked at me like, I'm going to die in 3 minutes. It's like, dude, followed me so dramatically, like, oh, water, water, oh God, as I filled it up and then brought it back to its proper place. See him looking again? He's like, "You better stop talking about me." Uh, never had water before, obviously. Why is mommy telling all my business? He's such a funny boy. He's just sitting, waiting for some other creature to come by. That's what he's waiting for. Last night, oh man. Okay, so I had to spray down the patio and the little rinky dink patio furniture I've got out there because I can't afford to replace it. And it's just been out there uncovered all year. So I had to spray it down with the cleaner thing and rinsed it off and all of that the other day. So there's a window right here. Well, there's a door here, but there's a window right here. So, um, I put the cat houses, they're right underneath this window, right? So I moved the food and everything over to the food is usually a little bit away from the cat houses. But I moved the food and everything over to one side so that I can get to spraying down all this stuff. And I forgot that I put the food there. Cue, I don't know what time it was. I don't know what time it was. I don't know what time it was, but because I went to bed late. So I'm passed out down here on the couch, just gone, fell asleep watching something. And I, in my sleep, you know how you can start to register something before you fully woken up. I realized that there's some kind of commotion at this window, which I left open the screen, but I left it open. And the little cat, there's a cat house right underneath that window. On the inside, right underneath that window, is the nice little platform bed that Fateless got Princey. So Princey was asleep on his little platform underneath the open window. A cat comes last night and it's like, oh, the food is on top of the cat house. Let me jump up there. So right on the other side of the screen is a cat. Princey woke up and lost his shit. I wake up, trying to yell, "Hey, stop, calm down," because it's like my brain was like, put it all together as I was waking up because Princey's making the another cat sound. He's making that noise that he makes when it's another cat or it's a living creature, right? But there's, paws are flying on both sides, and I could see something up and down, and I'm like, hey, knock it off, separate, what's going on? Princey, moves away from the window, and I look over at him, and he's just a round fluffed up ball, and I look over towards the window like, who the fuck is that? And I can hear now the motion detector sounds like a little wind chime thing. So I can hear that the motion detector is going off. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And Oscar's head just pops up. He's looking around like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? He sees me. He's like, oh, hey. Looking around like, where'd he go? Oh, God. I was like, look, I'm not going outside to move the food dish. So close the window. Looked at Princey. I was like, go back to sleep. Went upstairs. Passed the hell out. Oh, God. Mhm. Yeah, he's obsessed. And the place across from us, across from that window, and there's a place across from this window. They both have cats. And they're both places have window seats for their cats. So one of the reasons why he might be sitting there staring the way that he's staring is because the neighbor's cat is in its window seat. And so he's just oh, is that what's happening? He's like, she's still telling all my business, talking to the wall. She's talking to the wall, telling the wall all my business. Hilarious. Oh my God. Let me file that away. Globally indexed titties. That's a good one. That's a good one. Well, Oscar is not going to get violent with Princey. Like, he knows he's peeped game. He's not going to do it. That's why his little head popped up. Like, where'd he go? Where'd he go when they came face to face that one time when Princey went on the other side of the fence like a little bad boy? and, proceeded to act like he was gonna get aggressive towards Oscar. Oscar did his little Disney movie animal hops away and turned around like, "Was it you good?" So, hopefully, no drama. Where you going? Oh, snackies. Snackies. Oh, goodness gracious. So, yeah. What else is going on out there in the world? Anything that y'all wanna talk about or wanna hear me talk about? Drake dropped a new song and nobody said a word. I went over to the Discord. I saw a couple news headlines. I was like, he dropped a new song with Central C, and I was like, he did? I went over to the Discord, checked a couple channels, like nobody said nothing, not a single solitary word. Nothing. Nothing. Fateless said, I saw it somewhere and then forgot immediately. Forgot. Said, I'm not interested. And then immediately forgot. So, yeah, yesterday, song with Central C. I think it starts with a W, or was that the other one? That was what I miss. This one also has a dumb name. What even was the name of it? I can't remember, child. I can't remember. I can't remember. There was a song that came out yesterday with Central C that was new. Next one. Who cares? That's like, honestly, never mind. Oh, you thought it was AI. I mean, I saw it in reputable news, and people did confirm said song exists. Oh, yeah, and then that happened. I haven't listened to it yet. I love this. I love this, Aiden. It'll come, and then it'll go, like most Drake songs nowadays. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just brought it up to see if anybody, was like, "I listened to it. Here's my very strongly worded opinion." But seeing nothing up in here. Same, fam. I'm still listening to Let God Sort 'Em Out on loop. Yeah, this would be really great. This would be really, again, great. Oh, which one is the name? They say it 1,000 times, yes. I believe that was a complaint on the other song he released, that he just repeats the same stupid thing over and over and over again, and now he's repeating which one 1,000 times in a song. That's annoying. I mean, I'm not mad about it, you know what I mean? I've worked real hard to keep that motherfucker out of my algo. I was just surprised that nobody said anything. I was like, "Wow, okay." in a little whisper, kinda singy-songy voice. Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. This is facts, Lily Eternal. I love how over it we all are. Just so over it, just like, "No, I'm good. I'm so good." Between Kendrick, Clips, Doechii, Rayvon, Drake will never tie Michael Jackson's record. Yeah, I don't care if he does or if he doesn't, but, you know, course correction, he's boring and there's fun things to consume. That's right. We are being so well nourished this summer 2025. So well nourished. We don't have time for the parsley on the plate. We don't have time for that. Ain't nobody asked for that. I don't like the parsley on the plate. Why you gonna put a whole bowl of parsley in front of me and be like, "Here you go." No, I don't want that. Some ish also going down with Cash Money in Nashville. Details unclear. I'm trying to remember if I saw something about that online in one of my late night stupors. And I just mean being deliriously tired after a very long day. No other things need to be consumed. Um, I'm trying to remember if I saw something about that or not, but I do recall seeing Cash Money in a headline this week. I don't remember what the hell it was for. I don't remember anything beyond that. Not only was the song bad, but the rollout video was cringy. He got a rollout got a rollout video? Is it cringy like his cologne video? Faithless. There was a video? Right, right. Again, I've seen nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I just love that so much. It could come a long way, right? Come a long way. I know a lot of you didn't think it was possible. A lot of you, when I started saying, make that algo your bitch, you really need to get disciplined with that bitch. Don't engage with the internet if you are not willing to teach it what to give you and what not to give you. And a lot of you in the beginning were very, very discouraged. I would get comments and notes from people like, I opened up whatever platform and such and such was on, it showed me such and such. And I'm like, okay, tell it. I don't want to see that. Okay. If you just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, eventually that shit is gone. It is gone. When it asks you, is this interesting to you? No. Relevant? No. Want to see more like this? No. Do not recommend channel. Not interested. All of those things. All of those things. That's my first order of business whenever I open any platform. Any platform. My first order of business is, let me scroll a little bit and see the first things that it's showing me, and let me tell it what's up and what's down. And then I move on. And not a word. I'm sure they're out there, but it's not penetrating my fortified fence line, and I'm good with that. Do not recommend channel is the best feature. It really is the best feature. I have no doubt the people would riot if they were ever like, we're gonna do away with the fuck you are. Come outside for a minute. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. Oh, here he goes again. Princey. He's like, "What? Lady, you can offer me nothing more interesting than what is outside. There goes that leg." With his little socky on, there goes that little leg. Sploot. Kiki said, "I don't care about anything he's doing unless he's dropping an album. I'm not engaging with the launch, um, or his full-time gambling career." Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. I will listen to Drake's album when it drops. I will listen to it with you all here, and you will get an honest. I promise you, it's gonna be the shortest. I'm already knowing it's gonna be the shortest live listen we've ever had because I don't listen to things that I don't like. So I'm literally gonna give each song 10 seconds as a starting point. If it doesn't grab me in 10, I'm gonna move on to the next song. No, that's just gonna be it. No, no. That's how we're gonna get through the album. No. Mm-mm. Gosh, X. Do we have to? We do. We have to at least one time. We have to at least one time. That's gonna be a 52.3-second live. Well, it'll just be a lot of, we'll have the live and then we'll have a very long, long black goodbye after that. Like, well, did that. Globally indexed titties. And move on. Fateless, you want us to suffer together? Beloved, we suffer together every day. What do you think we're doing? We're coping. Yeah, we're just gonna do it together. Do it one good time. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know it is, Aiden. I was also thinking about this earlier. See, this is why we're having an LBG because we're all mind melded together in some way. Aiden says, "I'm pretty sure his album is going to be filled with a lot of victim, woe is me raps." I was thinking about it. I was thinking about like, when is he gonna stop rapping about LeBron? Because I don't want to know about. I don't want your post breakup diary entries anymore, bro. It's been over a year. He doesn't like you like that. Quiet as kept. He never did. But he's never liked you like that. He's over you. When are you going to get over it? How many Braun broke my heart songs are we going to get? Rhetorical question, because unfortunately we're going to find out. J Ray, then his new song is a skip. Can't deal with the fake accents anymore. Oh, that will definitely be one of them. If I hear a fake accent, you out of here, brother. You out of here. First, I need to figure out how to lock it in a device that doesn't impact my main algo. I'm going to have to set up a dummy account somewhere. Thinking ahead, strategic like. I'm going to have to set up a dummy account somewhere to actually listen to it so that it's locked away from my algo. Yeah, yeah. I can't do auto tune. That's another one where it's gone. It's gone for me. Oops, y'all moving fast. Kiki says he really treating LeBron like his dad that abandoned him or his baby daddy. It's so bad. Fateless. I didn't listen to Drake before 2024. I don't want to start now. Well, I mean, gonna have to plug our noses. Yes, yes, yes. But yeah, this is just. I mean, we've never seen anything like the "I miss my Braun daddy." That's what we're gonna call Braun from now on in relation to Drake, Braun daddy. You can ascribe whatever position you want to it. Absent father, baby daddy, whatever. But this I miss my Braun daddy is crazy. I would talk about something I would never have seen coming. Never in a million, bazillion, bajillion years. Now, let me say this, a fallout between them doesn't surprise me at all, period. But it's the woe is me, I cannot go on. I covered up his tattoo. I was like, now, now, Aubrey, the songs are one thing. The songs are one thing, but nothing says, "I miss my Braun daddy" more. Nothing says, "This hurt me deep, deep, deep in the places I don't show people," than "I got the tattoo covered up." First of all, you shouldn't have had the tattoo to begin with. We'll just say that. Shouldn't have had the tattoo to begin with. That doesn't make you a real one. It's not proof of loyalty. It's not proof of friendship. It's not proof of respect, really. So shouldn't have had it to begin with. But now you gotta get it covered up. At least Kenny said, "Give me a black sleeve." Kenny said, "Give me a black sleeve." We don't know when he got the black sleeve. We never see the black sleeve. When I saw the black sleeve for the first time, I was like, "This nigga got his whole arm covered." God damn. If your man hurts you that bad, you're supposed to get yourself together and do better, not worse. I don't even know. I don't even know. All of them. All of them. He covered all of them on at least one arm, at least from his elbow to his wrist, if not higher. Oh my God. Kiki is just so accurate. Aubrey be playing Love by Keisha Cole on repeat while crying in a dark room on the phone with J. Cole. I'm telling you, in my head, when they talk on the phone, J. Cole is on a rotary phone with a really long, long cord, you know? And he just tucks it under his ear while he makes his chai, burns his incense, twists the cord around his finger, and they just woe is me. They just woe is me all night long. The double entendre of this line is really great. I don't know if you know that you did that. He acts like Braun gave him a ring and then dipped. That's a bar. That's a rap bar in the context of basketball and rings. And then Drake's how many rings? 42 or some shit. Man, you that was a good one. He is reworking a cover to Unbreak My Heart as we speak. He is not Leak James. Oh gosh. Somebody's mama. Why can't he have a good cry and move on? Damn, man. Have some couth. Just a little bit of couth. We just want you to get just some couth. Try and get some couth. Unbreak my heart with a Caribbean accent and a ton of auto-tune. That's a hate crime. That's what that is. That's a terrorist act. I said what I said. Ugh, God. I guess our feelings on that topic haven't changed. This is true. You know what? You're absolutely right. Thank you for pointing this out, okie dokie. He still won't leave Rihanna alone and Serena. Braun is never getting peace. I don't think Braun gives a shit. I don't think Braun. We are the ones that are never gonna get peace. Oh, Kiki, Afrobeat, unbreak my heart. When I cannot. What video? LeBron was in Tyler's video too. He's picked a side, and it's not with abs or us. Aubrey. Damn. What video? What that does not answer the question. Did I know this? Is this one of those 23-second videos, or is this a full-fledged video? Is this one of the short videos? I saw one of them. I think there's 3. I didn't watch all of them. It's a full video. Oh. Oh, this is sounding familiar. Maybe somebody mentioned this in the Discord, but I don't think I must have been otherwise mentally consumed with something. Stormcloud. Okay, I'm not hallucinating. Stormcloud. I posted in the Discord. It's full length. Okay. Noted. What? It's 4 days ago, it's already got 5 million views? Wow. I haven't watched this. I'm loving this aesthetic, by the way. I'm loving this aesthetic so much. The aesthetic of this album is fire. His confidence is stupid and well deserved. Look at that. That is iconic. I know people throw that word around a lot, but look at that. That aesthetic is fire. We're gonna come back to the Drake country album. Let's watch it now. I want to watch it now. Yeah, let's do it. Uh, Again, I think he is a musical genius, and I get very upset when people start tossing around the word genius when it comes to artists, particularly people in rap, because those people are limited to their own frame of reference of musicality, which is usually generationally limited, and they're wrong. Um, this dude, on the other hand, he's the real deal. His musicality is insane. Absolutely insane. Like Pharrell, also genius. Yeah, his musicality is also at a genius level. His skin looks so good. He just glowing, looking unbothered and confident as hell. Yeah, this aesthetic is chef's kiss. I love it so much. All right, y'all let me know that you can hear it. Here we go. Wait, 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 wait. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. West Coast, Best Coast. Oh my god, I love this so much. Yeah. It's the brand new cool stuff with bitches. What the Sir. Sir. This is so good. He did. I caught that. I caught that. That's when I was like, "Nah, I gotta start this over. I gotta start this over. Nah, this is aesthetic. This is deep aesthetic. Oh, this is so this is I love everything about this right here. Everything. Fast. That was that noir. There it is, right there. Noir avant-garde. There it is. Look at him. Look at him. Noir avant-garde. Damn it. Oh, oh, I'm in love. I'm in love. Oh, black people are so beautiful. Yeah, that's great. That's really great. So yeah, I think Braun made himself clear. This is one of those I can do this all day, dog. I can do this all day. I can stand next to, green screen wise, the the best rappers out there, and just my presence clowns you. Like, god damn. Yeah, and honestly, Tyler's always had this energy. He's always had this energy as far as I'm concerned. He's always had this energy about him. He may not have expressed it in this way, but he's always had this energy about him. So, I definitely feel like, and I've been saying this for some time now, not like he needs my interpretation or permission, but you've earned it. Talk your shit. You've earned it. Flex your position. You are him. It is confirmed. Yes, you are him. Talk your shit. on all these little dusty hoes out here. Ah, I love it. P got Pusha as anger translator. Braun got Tyler. You know? Shit. P got Kenny too. I inherit the beef. I said, oh shit. Oh shit. You know what? For him, I inherit the beef. Oh, bro. When somebody says I volunteer as tribute, I don't like you. I don't like you. And you fucking with good people that I actually like, respect, care about. I volunteer. Tap me in, coach. I'm ready. Tap me in. He's really that guy. He really is. And I know we got piece by piece, but could you imagine if Pharrell actually started talking? This is why when Kendrick said, you know what? I inherit the beef. I was like, I didn't know that we acknowledged this publicly. You know what I mean? I was like, it just takes everything to a different level. Pharrell is Mr. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But could you imagine if Pharrell for real started talking about anything, anybody, any one specific experience in his career from his own perspective? I'm not talking necessarily just about Drake. Any of these little hoe ass niggas out here, any of them. That's how you know he old. He ain't said nothing. He really don't talk. He really don't talk. And the last year proved, there are plenty of people who will step into the void of that silence. Powerful, powerful people who will step into the void of that silence and be like, I inherit the beef. I got something to say. I'll say it. Press record. Let's do it. That's really powerful. Could you imagine? I know he has got stories for days. Could you imagine if he just pulled a Bill Bellamy story time? So it was 1993. The internet would fucking crash. I was in the studio with that motherfuckers would be sat so fast. So fast. Oh, yeah, that would be fire. We'd run out of popcorn in the whole ass world. Are you kidding? Oh god, that would be a delight. A delight, a delight. But it's never gonna happen because he don't need to do that. If he did, he would. Are you kidding me? If you go to if you search Instagram, because he does it less and less now, and you know, in my opinion, he's, told some of the best stories like last year. But if you search Instagram, Bill Bellamy, and then just watch what pops up when he's in his car in particular, you see that on the screen. It might be a story time. And he's told some hilarious ass stories because Bill was everywhere, saw everything. So from Prince's house to something that happened at an award show to a party to somebody who was dating somebody to I mean, just all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And he be so serious. And sometimes he cracks up because he knows it sounds ridiculous or it is hysterically funny. But yeah. This is what I was thinking. I was thinking, Kay Harris, I hope that Pharrell lives to a ripe old age and just one day decides, "You know what? I'm gonna write a book, and I'm gonna start talking." Oh, man, I'd be so sad. What you wanna say? What you wanna share? Go ahead, we listening. We listening. Yeah. Yeah, but this is great. 5,000,000 views already. Good for Tyler. Knocking it out the park, per as usual. But, this aesthetic, I love. I love, I love. I just really love and appreciate how he is 100% on his own thing, always. And, you know, we get the privilege of catching up to where he's at and experiencing what he's created. We're lucky. So bored. It's never gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Again, it would have by now, and he doesn't need to do that, so he's not going to. And here's the thing, Bill Bellamy isn't out there spilling crazy tea. Um, but he is telling some, from inside perspective stories, um, and they're funny. Mostly a harmless, net positive experience. But, when Pharrell let's see, who did they talk to? They talked to each other. No, there was another entity. There was a Pharrell and Clips did a sit down in the studio for Let God Sort 'Em Out. You could tell that, he is fed up. He does have he I mean, he's a human being. So he knows people talk shit, and he knows that people really don't know how he moves. So he says some he indicates some things and definitely has some "Don't get it twisted, I'm him, I'll fuck you up" energy in that interview with his extra wide runners on. So cute. Yeah, 'cause I enjoy that. Like, tell me a story relevant to you in your life. If it contains other people in it, great. Um, but I feel like if he were ever to come out, it wouldn't just be some, like, cavalier thing. It would have to be in response to something that he would feel compelled to be like, "Nah, nah, nah. Actually, I was there." Da 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 da. It would have to be something egregious that would make him step out and speak. But otherwise, if you got little stories, we'd love little stories. But he's not gonna be out, trashing and gossiping. But any story he wanted to tell, I'd listen to. Any analogies he's got, any hypotheticals, I'd listen intently. I'd listen intently. Yeah, because it's interesting, even though there's been so much promo and dissection and discussion around let God sort 'em out, the process, the Paris of it all, the blah, 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 blah. I still feel like I don't understand how y'all wrote this album, which is really interesting. I'm like, I still feel like, yeah, but how though? Yeah, but how though? Where were you when you wrote the sentence? Pick one. Um, what was going on? They started to get, but then I also understand that there are some things that are sacred. And just because we have a curiosity to know doesn't mean that we're entitled to. So I respect that as well. But yeah, he's a very interesting. His presence looms large in music. Period. His presence looms large in music. Yeah, I'd understand if they don't share. I mean, they've given us more than enough. We've been extremely. I broke a nail. Call 911. Okay, all right, I'll survive. Darn and blast. Damn it. Broke a damn nail. It's all right. Oops. Wrong one. There we go. And he has remained fresh and creative. I mean, now I'm obsessed. Over where is the break exactly. I just ran my finger over that nail and realized, oh, there's a fracture there. But anyway, the question that I asked on the post tab earlier this week, what's Tyler's best song, is just a trip down memory lane of music. It's just a trip down memory lane of music. He's done so much, it's almost mind-boggling how much music he's created, influenced, produced into the world is crazy. You're funny, Diaz. Good night, beautiful. Well, it's a bit late on my coast. Bid you fair titties. Good night. Good night, beloved. Have a great weekend. Oh, I'm not. I mean, I'll deal with it when I deal with it. I don't know what it is. It's, I haven't been taking care of my nails like I should, but whatever. All right. Anything else anybody want to chat about? That's hilarious. We did not get the damn motion to dismiss decision today, but the longer we go with um with nothing else on that docket being touched, the more I'm like, it's imminent. I really feel that way. But that's my brain just making things up to cope. Nothing's off topic. It's an LBG, beautiful. Aiden says, off topic, but I'd love a grand national tour film from Kendrick Sza. It would be so successful considering how many records they've already broken while on tour. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I feel like aren't they on tour till, like, November or something? I would love that. I'm be getting on TikTok right after I leave here. Right after I leave here, Imma be getting on TikTok, and I'm gonna watch tomorrow's live for sure, 'cause I feel like she's got something up her sleeve for tomorrow night. I pray to God she has something up her sleeve tomorrow night, and I pray to God it has to do with the movie. Let me just be selfish. Drop some shit, please. Thank you. That would be incredible. Ah, I wouldn't even know what to do with myself. I would be so fucking happy. So, yeah, I might not catch all of tonight's. I'll hop on there for sure when I get off of here, and then tomorrow night, I'm gonna be sat watching. Thank you very much. It reminds me of my years helping people give birth to babies. And, when they would be getting close to their due dates, just like I was walking down the stairs earlier and, just randomly was like, "No, I really feel like this baby's coming. I really feel like this baby's coming soon." All I got is my gut, and I'm sticking with it. They are having a time, and I am so happy for them. Yeah, they're having a time. I'm happy the whole world gets to experience this music. As a matter of fact, I was thinking, a couple nights ago, uh, I was listening to N95 and I was thinking to myself, there are a lot of Kendrick songs, arguably, that just bang so hard live, but N95 scratches a specific itch. It's so good. I don't care if, we only got, 30 seconds of it while the concert was going. That shit, I was thinking about that, like, that's probably one of my favorite moments. That's probably one of my favorite moments. I mean, I don't even know if I was necessarily sitting down. I just remember my energy immediately. Like, I threw my arms up, I was leaned in, this was happening at the stage, one drinking this, I was talking I was at the top of my lungs, like, the way it just overtook my body was crazy. Like, this shit bangs so hard. It's insane. It's insane. You ugly as fuck. Oh, so good. He said the way that he enunciates shit in songs is just crazy. When he said, "You fucking dickhead," I fell out. They said I couldn't touch Gen Z, "You fucking dickhead." It's just like, "Oh god, bro, he called you a fucking dickhead." Ah, aren't you ashamed? Don't you feel bad about yourself? How could you show your face in public? It hurts. Mr. Morale Tour was, yeah. Well, that's because, again, Americans are, they have their blinders on. They only focus on themselves. They don't think about those kinds of things. But I've said this from the gate since I've been here. It's been long established that Kenny is beloved, well respected, and supported around the world. So, none of it surprises me in the least bit, but it does tickle me every time I see a little clip of it on my little social feed, on the Instagrams. Yes, I just love that. SZA too. SZA be getting it in, boy. SZA is getting it in. I'm just period, point blank, both of them extremely happy. Extremely happy for the both of them. They're having a good time. I saw something on Kendrick quotes a clip of Kenny like, "I want presents." People be bringing SZA stuff. Here's SZA. Here's SZA. Kenny was like, "I want presents." They're so cute. Uh, yeah, they're so cute. Yes, a wave. A wave. First, you get blown, literally blown by the quality of sound coming from the stage, and then it ripples, the voices ripple, and then all the people, behind you, around you on the stadium, it comes back. It's crazy. Renaissance was like that too. Incredible, incredible sound quality and production at a stadium level. Just awesome. Really, really awesome. Yeah, and that's a Europe thing. I mean, there are a lot of people in America who are like, "Oh my god, they're moshing." That's what they do. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They have a different, uh uh I forgot the word that it was on the tip of my tongue, and then I got distracted by something else in my brain. Um, but yeah, that's typical for Europe. They go mosh. They go mosh and they go wave. You'll see that whole crowd move. I was like, wow. Safe moshing though. There ain't been no stampedes. People ain't getting squished to death. None of that. None of that. So, yeah, I'm happy for them. I mean, it comes and goes. It ebbs and flows, right? Because I'm Gen X, so, and grew up in Seattle, so don't talk to me about grunge and then the crossover of grunge to everything else. Yeah, we'll mosh in a minute around these parts. Well, they will. I won't. I won't. I'm not catching a stray elbow. Not gonna do it. Don't enjoy that at all. We gonna fight. Why you hit me in the face with an elbow? Are you not control yourself? Control yourself. Pull yourself together. We're moshing. No, no, we're not. Yeah, there's a whole culture and etiquette around moshing in Europe. So, I mean, around the world, really, around the world. Um, you know, we call it moshing now, but the act of um listening to live music, literally jumping up and down or, coming into contact with other people's bodies, that's ancient. That's an ancient indigenous practice you can find all over the world. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. No straight elbows. No straight elbows. I will fight, and I don't want to fight. I have a career and a reputation, so let's just not. Let's just not. Yeah. Mm-mm. Oh, Princey dipped. Oh, interesting. I didn't notice that. Oh, that's why. Princey fled when you were watching the video. He was like, "Oh god, I'm so sick of this woman making all this loud noise." There's been a lot of that this week. There's been a lot of that. He must have been like, "The big speaker's coming." That's usually what happens. I play something on a small speaker, and then I'm like, "Nope, I'm sorry. Imma need to get the big speaker, run that back." He's like, "I'm over it." He's probably not that far away. He's probably right over there. Shanaria. Oh, hell no. That's why I can't go to Rolling Loud. I've been done killed somebody. Yeah, no, there's no way. There's no way. And this is, this is good to be, self-aware. You just don't go into those spaces where that's going to happen. This is one of the reasons why when it comes to like concerts, you're very rarely are you just going to catch me on a Gen Pop stand up floor ticket situation. Where are the chairs? I need a chair. I need to pay to sit by people who like to sit down. You can stand up, but you have to also like to sit down and respect other people who like to sit down too. Yeah, no, I'm good. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I know. I broke up his little quiet, peaceful swooning at the neighbor's cat or whatever it was he was doing. Goofball. Princey. I guess he could have gone all the way up. I don't even go up there. Because I got no response to just calling him, so he may have dipped. Pick a different window to go swoon at a different cat. Such a goof. Little buddy was offended. That's hilarious. All right, we got a couple more minutes left. Anything else? Anything else going on? Anybody want to talk about? Oh, this nail is getting on my nerve. Stupid nail. Anyway, anything else anybody want to talk about? What you guys got going on this weekend? Anything exciting? I'm gonna be steam cleaning carpets early in the morning because it's gonna get hot here. I won't be steaming carpets when it's hot. But yeah, that's my joy. I get to prep rooms for steam cleaning. Yee. Oh, he was so irritated this morning. I mean, he loves, warmer weather, obviously, because then the windows are open. And this morning, he was so irritated that doors closed, the windows closed. I'm like, "It's raining. It's literally 57 degrees and cold. What do you want from me?" He was so like, "What? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Just let me go." No, bro. No. Traveling tomorrow to pick up your brother from the airport, officially starting your 2-week vacation. Awesome. Tell your brother said what's up. Safe travels for both of you. Nice, nice. Anybody else got anything going on this weekend? Oh! boy, Chris with a K. I'm going to see Lil Wayne next week, 5th row. If it sucks, I will not lie about it. It's likely my last Wayne show ever. Also steam cleaning. There we go. Adulting. That damn adulting. Okay. All right. Well, we'll be waiting for an update. What day is that happening, beloved? What day is that happening? I'm not trying to press you or nothing, but I'm just curious, just to file that into the back of the recesses of my mind. What day is it that you gonna go see good Mr. Lil Wayne? Mocha Mommy, happy early birthday going on a cruise to Cabo. Good for you. Enjoy that. Yes, we're going to be nice to Chris. Be nice. This is vulnerable, y'all. Be nice. Wednesday. All right. I won't bother you about it until Thursday. Oh boy, we're all into it. House cleaning and a nature walk with a friend, looking for aquatic life. Nice. That's one of my favorite things to do around these parts too. Don't tempt me with a low tide. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm in there. I'm in there. Oh God, I will have recordings. Oh God. The Discord awaits your submissions. We appreciate your sacrifice. I don't know. We'll find out. You are kidding. I literally watched Nate Eaton's entire live. Since you brought it up, okay, you brought it up. I've been meaning to bring this up for the longest time. Well, not for the longest time, but for a couple weeks now, I have been meaning to bring this up because you all are always giving me, credit. I just be yapping. Oh, thank you, beautiful. Because they put the eyes on it. I can answer your question. I posted about this in the Discord. They address this. Because they put the googly eyes on it, it becomes a character. That's how they were able to do that. And everything else in the video, it's not depicted as realistic. Where it is depicted as realistic, because they put eyes on it, they didn't blur it. But the initial reaction, there were no googly eyes. So initially, the producers were like, it needs to be blurred. And South Park was like, fuck no, it does not need to be blurred. And so the workaround was googly eyes. Chad is on death row. Lori is serving, I don't know, she's got 7 life sentences now, I think, as of today, because yes, today was the final sentencing for Lori Vallow. We've talked about this very, 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 very briefly on this channel, but I couldn't watch live. But it might have been just last night. I think it was just it was either just last night or the night before. I watched everything that Nate put together on the Brian Kohlberger sentencing. I listened to all of those impact statements, watched them actually through East Idaho News. And some of them were really, really, really stunning and really satisfying to listen to. Really satisfying to listen to. But I've been meaning to say for some time now, um, I can tell you exactly how many days it's been. It's been 3 weeks that I've been meaning to say to you all that if you don't know who we're talking about, Lori Vallow and her husband been convicted of murdering her children, um, and several other people as well, and then attempting to kill people. This garnered national news. This is now a 5.5 year, saga that has gone on across several states, several trials. Um, and the first time I saw Nate Eaton was when he flew to Hawaii, uh, because Lori and her new husband were in Hawaii. This is when people were trying to locate the children, and their bodies had not been found at this point. So Nate Eaton, who is the founder and lead of East Idaho News, flew to Hawaii, and a clip of him wound up going international because he literally walks up to Lori and Chad as they're walking through parking lot of where they were staying and starts asking questions. Where are the children? People are da 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 da. And oh gosh, that seems like so long ago. And I remember thinking to myself, who is that reporter? Who is that person? And quickly found out, oh, this is, Nate Eaton of East Idaho News. So from that day forward, I have been following East Idaho News. Um, I have watched, I think, every single interview that he has done with a juror or somebody who worked on the case. I've watched I don't know how many live courtroom insiders. I've been a part of the replay gang when I couldn't catch things live. Like I said, I just watched what he had on the Brian Kohlberger sentencing, but what I think one of the most stunning and impactful pieces of journalism that I've ever seen is this right here. I'm not gonna play it, but
On Wednesday night, Brian.
I just said I'm not gonna play it. I don't think this was the one that I wanted either. This was it. Oh, okay, I guess I was right. Just get a good screen cap so it's all clean here. This is one of the greatest interviews that I have ever seen professionally conducted. And we talk a lot here about bias, personal opinion over fact, um, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And there were a lot of people I brought up this interview before, but I'm coming back to it because I think it deserves its shine, and I think that Nate Eaton deserves a lot of credit for this interview. He's not the only person who has interviewed her, but I think under the circumstances of him being local to where this happened, his doggedness, his the fact that he is a part of a community, and the fact that the community of families that were impacted by these murders and attempted murders embraced him because of his professional integrity and how he conducts himself. He is not this is his network. East Idaho News, this is his network. He started this. He used to be a mainstream reporter. So he's done the network reporting and all of that. He's done all of that throughout his career, and then he started East Idaho News. I never thought I would see the day where he would interview Lori, because I didn't think that she would agree to it, and one of the things that I found so fascinating was that he talks about how he's been in communication and contact with her for a very long time, and nobody knew because he never said anything because it was off the record. But if you watch this interview, this is a master class of a professional who is in extraordinarily difficult circumstances, because he is speaking with somebody who has decided that they don't comport to the truth and facts. So that's an extraordinarily difficult interview to conduct when you are fact finding. And he's not in there to push his own agenda. He's not in there to tell her off. He's not into, and a lot of people were very angry about this. Very angry. How could you do this? Why didn't you tell her she's an awful person? Why didn't you da 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 da? Like, we've talked about the the vengeance happening right now, for lack of a better term, the bloodlust of and the quick gratification of clapbacks and people being told off, and the things that don't really have substance, don't really actually help you understand a situation better. Um, is his interview with her perfect? No. And, he said, yeah, in hindsight, I wish I would have this, I wish I would have that, blah, 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 blah. Nevertheless, after I think a year or over a year of communicating with her, and building trust with her, as he has built trust with everybody that he has interviewed, he got a day's notice to do the interview. But I'm highlighting it because I think that it is one of the greatest examples right now in this age of stupid that we're stuck in right now. This age of stupid and click me, click me. It's one of the greatest examples we have of professional journalism and of somebody doing their job, putting their job first, and putting their job always before a shortcut to sensationalism. It is masterful in this interview. The interview is maddening, and there have been a lot of people who've said, "I can't watch it. I'm never gonna watch it." She doesn't there's nothing of value there. Value's in the eye of the beholder. So if you determine that for yourself, that's for you. I actually did get value out of it. It made me 'cause I have I think a lot of people do, a lot of opinions and assumptions about this woman and what she did. And there were times where I was conflicted within myself about my assumptions about her mind, and what is working for her, and why she's doing the things that she's doing. Um, and the level of manipulation that is there, it's just a really fascinating professional glimpse into this woman. Because, I've facetiously said on this channel before, there are several people I'd like to drop squad. But I keep that list in my head because if you write it down, it doesn't look good. But, obviously you can't do this, right? Obviously you can't do this. But I'm no different than anybody else. There are definitely times where I'm just like all you gotta do is, and then she'll XYZ, right? All you gotta do is this and then she'll that. Because I want the satisfaction of seeing her suffer the pain just within herself. I don't mean anybody inflicting pain on her. I want to see her aware and no longer hiding behind her bullshit. I want to see her aware that she is a horrible person who murdered her own children. And so I would think to myself, like, she deserves to be drop squatted. She deserves to be drop squatted. What happened if we drop squatted Lori Vallow? Would she be like, "Yeah, yes, of course I know what I did," or would she hold to, "I'm Jesus's favorite"? And again, because unfortunately, the way my mind works sometimes, I'm like, "Nah, you just gotta break this. Just gotta break this headassery, and then they'll spill, They'll fold, they'll spill, and we can move on from this farce." Watching this interview is like reading the Candace Owens lawsuit. Like, you are so down the rabbit hole that you dug for yourself and the world you've created for yourself therein. And even with what I was watching today, which was like 3.5 hours, there were times where East Idaho News would pan from the person who was talking and would settle on her for several hours. I thought Kay reading a letter from JJ, I was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God," and she was moving around in her seat quite a bit at the beginning of that letter. I noticed that, and Imma get to what it is that you gotta say. "You met Nate today." Wow, that's incredible. Yes. Um, but anyway, um, if you still value really good journalism, that this is my opinion of East Idaho News and their coverage. It's very clear that Nate has an opinion. If you watch Courtroom Insider, you get that from him. If you watch his reporting, he's reporting. And to see somebody go into these circumstances where a lot of people are gonna be like, "You just need to tell her off," or "You just need to do this," or "You just need to do that." But you make the decision to go in there and do your job to the utmost professional standard that you can muster and just ask the questions and not sensationalize it anyway, not make it about you or your personal opinion about what it is that she has done is a huge, whether people realize it or not, is a huge contribution to a safe and sane, no pun, society. And it's great to see um that it still exists in the world, and in our own society, but he had to go out and make the thing himself. East Idaho News just turned 10 years old. He's been covering this case unlike anybody else. Anybody else. Court TV bows down to him on this case. Dateline bows down to him on this case. 48 Hours bows down to him on this case. He's it. He knows every curve of this case. He knows every single person involved in this case. He's talked to basically everybody. 5.5-year commitment that today, in final sentencing, that's it. From that first, where are your children? People wanna know where your children, Lori, where are your children? People are praying for them, where are your children? He wasn't in there, "Lori, ah, 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 ah," he just walked up to her and then walked with her and her murderous husband 5.5 years ago, got off as many questions as he could before they got in the car to take off. And that was the start of something. Boy, was it the start of something. And there are a lot of places that have sensationalized this. There are a lot of places that sensationalize what happened in Idaho with the students that were murdered. And I just really appreciate it at the end of the day, literally at the end of the day, being able to go to this channel and see what does Nate have to report, and then what does Nate have to say. It is an extraordinary interview, and the work that he has done on this case is it's award worthy. Um, I think it's a contribution to humanity. I'm gonna go that far and say it's a contribution to humanity in an otherwise absolutely horrific situation. I went through that whole first trial via East Idaho news. It was horrible, truly horrible, and he really did the damn thing. So I just wanted to say that if you ever wanna see a real solid example of what we need more of in journalism and in taking time, one of the things he talked about right around this was about 3 weeks ago when the 10-year anniversary hit. He talked about his history in reporting and, working the crime desk some years, for a local news network elsewhere outside of Idaho. And like, yeah, you get the report across your desk, murder, this neighborhood, this is the victim, or this is what police are doing. Go out there, cover it. But you don't get to stick with that story. You stick with it for, your shift. And then the next day there's another story they want you to go and cover. You're only coming back to this one if they send you back to it. But because he started his own network, he then had the ability to say, I'm going to stick with this. I am going to stick with this. And yeah, I don't think otherwise that I would have stayed involved or invested in the case because I don't like sensational coverage of cases. And this is children, a wife was murdered, a husband and father was murdered. It's serious. So I don't like crime entertainment. I want information about what is going on. And he will walk through literally everything that happens in a damn court day and then cut to video. And, oh, here's a document of a ruling that came out today. Like, you want to know who I listen to or read a document? He's one of them. There's a couple people. He's one of them. So I just felt like I would be remiss if I didn't kind of connect that and say, because if you watch the interview, you will be frustrated. You might not get through it to the end. You will be frustrated. And that is a natural reaction to have. But I think if you can pull yourself back from that frustration, the dynamic that happens in that room, in that interview, is fascinating. It is a case study. It is a case study. And again, the professionalism, um, is pretty is pretty breathtaking because here's the thing, and we've talked about this before. Nobody is the villain in their own story, and certainly in Lori's story, she is not the villain. She is, being persecuted by mortals while being Jesus's favorite in her alternate universe of a mind. Um, there are very few people that are actually gonna wanna talk to you if you call them up and are like, "Hey, you piece of shit. I wanna interview you about you murdering your kids and murdering your estranged husband and murdering your new husband's wife and, all the that's not gonna get it done. There does need to be a rapport, and one of the things that I really appreciated about this is that he talks about how he built that rapport, and a lot of people were like, "You promised her M&Ms. What the fuck? She should never have an M&M again in her life," and then he says, "I brought the M&Ms with me to the interview, and you can't see them on camera, but Lori can see them over my shoulder." And no, I didn't give her the M&Ms. I was like, "That's a cold asshole. This woman been texting you for over a year. M&Ms, I miss M&Ms." And he was like, "I'll bring some M&Ms." Sorry. He said, "And I brought the M&Ms, and you can't see them, but they're there." I said, now see, this is why I like him. This is why I like him. Oh, you good. You good. Yeah, she saw them. She could see them the whole time we were talking. I said, "Ooh, child. That's so good. That's so good." I'm so glad you're back because we're gonna talk about this before I go away. We're gonna talk about this, and I appreciate your super chat, but I wanna go back up here again to the reign of Oswin because I've just been yapping and yapping and yapping, but I wanted to get that off. Same, following the case since before they were even in jail, when their kids were missing and they were on honeymoon. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely knew about it, but the thing that made me go, "What is happening here?" is when the honeymoon photos went national. He's got the ukulele and she's doing that nonsense, and then again, this dude walking up with his microphone, very mild-mannered. "Hi, I'm Nate Eaton with East Idaho News." "Lori, where are your children?" I was like, and then again, I'm watching her and I'm watching Chad as Nate is, you know, firing off his questions before they get in the car. And that dynamic for me, I was all in at that point. Watching that dynamic of I was all in. I was all in. I was all in because all three of them present so differently in frame. Nate presents one way, Lori presents one way, Chad presents another way. I was like, "What is going on? What is going on?" And then, um, I think a lot of people had come to the conclusion that the children were probably dead. I think I definitely came to the conclusion that the kids were probably dead. Um, but it's the details are shocking to the conscience. They really, really are. And to know that he went through everything. Nate went through everything, and he was in court for the trials. I mean, it's just, pretty incredible testament to a professionalism and a commitment to telling a story accurately and wholly. There I went yapping again. But yeah, to actually go to it, boy, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I've definitely popped down to a courthouse or 2 in my day to witness something, but that's a lot. That was crazy. The 30 days to produce the kids and then nothing. I was like, "Yeah, those kids are dead." He said, "We don't share snacks." But you went to the sentencing. Well, met Nate and Jordan. Yep. Shout out to Jordan. Yeah. Like I said, heavy topic. Heavy topic, not pleasant, and she it will make you a little like, "I cannot with this broad." But try and zoom out to focus on the dynamic and the circumstance. And for your own self, ask yourself, "Does this have value? Is this important?" Because there ain't no age of stupid going on in the coverage of this case. Not an ounce of sensationalism at all. And I truly commend him for the discipline and sacrifice, and his wife too. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Like I said, I watched the whole thing, and, yeah, Kay pulling out the letter as written in the voice of JJ, I was like, "Whoa, whoa." I think, uh, the Brian Kohlberger sentencing, one of the sisters of one of the Cansavas family, they the sister who gave an impact statement yesterday, I was like, if you gave her one inch of an opportunity, she would torture Brian Kohlberger to death. The way she read her statement and the things that were in her statement and the way her statement would just switch up. She would be talking about one thing and going in one direction, and then she would just switch up and her tone would change and everything, and she was so calm the whole time. I was like, "This is one of the realest impact statements I have ever seen." She wants to fuck with him. She knows what she represents to him, and she wielded all of that in the sentencing as far as I was concerned. It was breathtaking. I was like, "I can't believe this. It's happening." Wow. And then today, I would definitely say the thing for me was the JJ letter. I was like, "Ah, wow, wow." So is it just me, and what am I wrong that what? Because what I saw was I remember that. I remember when he posted his first video on YouTube, on YouTube, on Facebook. He has a YouTube channel now. I've watched several things on there because he and Nate have had interviews and discussions. And I very much wanted to know how Colby was feeling about Nate interviewing her, and they have a whole conversation on both of their channels. They have one on East Idaho News, and they have one on Colby's channel as well about that because he has a podcast called Scar Wars, which is a chef's kiss, a chef's kiss title for a podcast for somebody whose entire family has been annihilated and they're left with scars. But my question to you, Reign of Oswin, is it just me? Because what I could see watching today was that when Kay started reading that letter, I think that was, again, I'm only seeing the back or the side of Lori's face once every couple of minutes when the camera pans to her, but it would sit on her for a minute, and it appeared to me that she was very shifty at that moment and started to move around quite a bit when Kay started to read that letter. I'm curious as to what your read was, or if there's anything that you wanna impart about your experience, and then, yes, I am gonna answer the UMG Rap Act question because I went and did some research after the chat. I did have to bounce, but I did see it come in just as I was signing off. Yes, more so than any other time. And honestly, I was initially doing other things to kind of help me cope with listening to the impact statements, so I wasn't always looking at the TV. Um, but when she said, "Hi, my name is JJ," I was like, "Shh." And, she's reading, and then the East Idaho News camera goes 0 over to Lori, and she's all but out of her chair. All but out of her chair. I was like, "Oh, oh, that got to her." Hi, Pepper. That got to her. And good. I'm glad that it did, and there's nothing she can do about it. All you gotta do is sit there and listen. Sneezy Princey, what'd you stick your face in? You went and stuck your face in something. The whole of the gallery was in a deep murmuring, you could feel it. Yeah, I was like, "Well, okay. Wow." That was really, really a powerful decision to make, that I'm gonna write a letter from the victim and read it out. Yeah. I'm just glad she had filed a motion to appeal her last conviction, and that was poo-pooed down by the judge, so great on that. She's probably gonna try and file, a motion for appeal on this one as well, and she's gonna fail. So, that's great. As far as I'm concerned, it's just about a rap-a-doo for her, and I don't know if they will ever get around to. Oh, you're welcome, beautiful. Um, I don't know how he gonna die, but they both gonna die in prison. Whether they execute Chad or whatever, they both gonna die in prison. Like I said, she's now facing 7 life sentences between attempted murder, conspiracy, and actual murder. She's gonna die exactly where she deserves to die. So, good night, Chris with a K. Okay, real quick. The RAP Act. Yeah, so the RAP Act isn't going anywhere. The RAP Act is federal legislation to prevent the use of song lyrics in criminal or civil cases. UMG has recently come out, and so have a bunch of others, said, yep, this is a good idea. This is a good idea. The act was first introduced a couple years ago, didn't get any traction, and now it has been revised and reintroduced with one original sponsor and a new sponsor. And yes, it's starting to get traction. It's not gonna go anywhere because there's no bipartisan sponsorship of the bill. So it's not gonna go anywhere. And if it does go somewhere, we should be concerned. This goes back to the COINTELPRO. Democrats are the ones that have put this forward. The Republicans aren't gonna give it to them. And if the Republicans did give it to them, why would they do that? That's not a good feeling. So what do I think about it? I think it's great legislation. Do I think anything's gonna happen with it? No, because it's only Dems that are sponsoring the legislation, and the Republicans aren't gonna do a goddamn thing that the Democrats want them to do. If the Republicans pick it up, they're going to slice it, dice it, remix it, make it into something else, and weaponize it in some way, and then also use it as an opportunity to bring in the clown car. But as it stands on a regular business day, great idea. Nothing is going to happen with it. And if something does happen with it under this administration, with the GOP having a supermajority in the House and the Senate, they up to something. And that would be concerning. I'm happy to answer any question that you have of anything that you saw about it. I've actually done that before. I have done that. A whole murder. Yeah, I don't talk about it, but I've done it. So yeah, if you have any specific questions about it, I'm happy to answer them. But that is the quickest, honestly, the first thing I went for is who's sponsoring it. And as soon as I saw it's only Democrats, it's definitely not going anywhere under its current form. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, whole murder. Probably solved, but not prosecuted. The victim was a young Black woman. Any other questions anybody got for me? Didn't I just have my phone? What did I do with it? Where did it go? I didn't go anywhere. Where did it go? Did you take it? He's like, I didn't do shit. Well, and here's the thing. The act doesn't say song lyrics won't be able to be used, period. What it says is it's for the sentencing. It's basically what they want to be able to say is, or excuse me, what they want to be able to define is what constitutes actual evidence in song lyrics and what does not, in order. Oh, I'm sitting on it. Loud notifications started going off earlier. In order to reduce the number of prosecutions and lawsuits regarding song lyrics. So it's not an across the board. Congress is going to be like, yep, song lyrics. If it's a song, it's off limits. No, we need to establish guidelines for this at the federal level because this is a problem. And again, Republicans aren't going to agree to that right now. And if it doesn't serve some kind of, you fuck around and push it too hard and they'll come up with opposite land. And since they can do that right now, write the exact opposite of what's in the Rap Act and pass that. It's a slippery slope. A slippery slope. They've never seen an idea they weren't willing to co-opt and weaponize and twist and flip to fuck over the people. So I would be telling lawmakers, shut the fuck up and bring this up in a couple years because it's a no-go. It is an absolute no-go right now. No. No, and I said no. So that's what concerns me is let them fuck around and flip it and we wind up with the exact opposite legislation. Which honestly, when you first asked me, have you heard about this? I was like, oh fuck. I really expected that it was all the way rooted in opposite land. It's not yet, but it could be in short order. So, but on a normal day, dead on arrival for now. And I'd rather it be dead on arrival than flipped and weaponized. For sure. This is not the time. Read the room. This is not the time. Read the room. Damn. Shh. Maybe they don't listen to me when they do hire me. It's just, I mean, it's not like it's not needed. It's just timing. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. And they should be concerned if they're getting traction now. That should concern them because what the fuck are you thinking and how do you think this has a path forward that you can protect without it being severely fucked with or weaponized under this administration? That's absurd. It's wish casting. There he is. Oh, there's a cat back there. There's the motion detector. Oh, it's Oscar. Oscar's eating. Princey's waiting to see him walk back. He doesn't even realize that if he went over to his little fateless perch, he'd be able to see him. Oh, he heard him. He's so funny. They cannot read the room. They cannot read the room. I was on Substack earlier today, and Pete Buttigieg was talking about the he posted a clip of him on the Breakfast Club and was like, minority and disadvantaged communities. I was like, well, what the fuck are you doing on the Breakfast Club if you're trying to reach minority and disadvantaged communities? That is a right-wing shock jock show. And if your comms team tells you that that's the pipeline to access rational Black voters, you don't have any Black people that work for you. And then I kept it pushing. Ain't no way. Is not a candidate on the fucking planet that I would say, you know where you need to go to sway the Black voter? The Breakfast Club. You've lost your fucking mind. Again, Dems can't read the room. There's some white woman, I don't even know what her name is. She's a Dem establishment person. She's not a lawmaker. She was like, Dems are going to take the House to a supermajority. I was like, are you smoking something? Are you crazy? Where do you see that? Where do you see that? Where do you see that? In suburban? Oh, you're talking about white women. Oh, because you ain't asked Black women how we're feeling. You ain't asked Black women how they feeling about voting for the Democrats. And if they're just going to give them a gimme. You haven't asked that question. Guess what? You better go out there and repoll a new demographic. You motherfuckers are in trouble. Big trouble. Huge. I couldn't believe she said that with her full face. I was like, alarm, red flag, alarm, Delulu. Delulu. Possible? Yes. Guaranteed. We're just seeing the wave of people across demographics say that they're going to do that. No, we're not seeing that. No, we're not seeing that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's just waiting to see Oscar leave the backyard because Oscar likes to go to the side, which is where Princey's looking right now, and lay in the tall grass and just be a goofball. Which, by the way, I have discovered Oscar got himself a little killing field over there. There's a couple bodies in the tall grass. At first, I thought it was a one-off, but no. Nope. That's an established hunt kill ground from here. He doesn't even eat it. He just kills it and then leaves it there. So, aside from the steam cleaning that I get to do this morning, I get to go out and remove bodies from my property. Before people start looking at me sideways. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Shit. There's lots of old Black voters in the state, and, good luck with that. And, it's his skulls on Pike's border, Absa. My bad. Let me not disrespect his territorial markings. Oh gosh. Get some good rest, Goldie. You take care. Oh, I mean, he's definitely done that. He's definitely done that. I've definitely opened up my front door to a head and paws. Where's the rest of the dog? Are those paws? Teeny tiny little fingers and shit? No wrist. How did you I don't wanna know, never mind. Who's gonna clean this? Oh, you left it for me to clean up. Do I clean it with fire or what do I do? Not happy. Not happy about that at all. Not happy. Head, no neck, no body. Pause. You murderer. You murderer. Oh my god, I'm so dead. He likes you so much, he gave you applause. But bump. Annalisa, my cat brought me an entire bird today. I was not happy. Oh, you know what? Speaking of, I forgot to put kibble in the front bowls, and the birds came to the door loudly. I could hear them land on the metal handrail outside the door. First, I can hear them up above on the phone wire, screaming in this direction. I'm like, oh, did I forget to put food out there? And then you just hear their little bodies come down onto the metal railing, and then literally right there on the other side of the door, I can see the shadow of a bird screaming at my door. Where's my breakfast? I was like, well, I'm not going to open the door. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But that's because a while ago, somebody got a bag of very bougie human grade cat food that neither of these cats will touch, but the birds love it. So I put it out there for them. They love it. And when it's not out there, they're like, hey, but this is an established you can get fed here house. I throw out peanuts and, we've been through the whole thing for several years. So, again, it was my bad. I fucked up, but I'm not going to open the door to a mob of angry birds. You all are going to have to back up a little bit. Give me a little bit of room to work with. Yeah, I think it's actually quite sweet. But yes, it is. I mean, it depends on the dog, but yes, it is normal for dogs to be rodent catchers. Yes. Yes. Some of them, that's what they're bred for. That is their intention. So, it's hardwired. Hunt, kill. That whole thing. Oh, yeah. And yes, Princey is an indoor-only cat. I let him onto the patio. I'll let him onto the front steps. I'm hoping very soon we'll be going outside in his new little stroller. Looking forward to that. 'Cause he be eager. He be so eager. Don't you, boy? Princey. He's like, "Stop interrupting my stories. My stories are live right now." With his little leg down. Little sploot boy. It's so funny. Oh, yeah, that's rough. That's rough. That's really rough. But yep, that's their job. You're welcome. It's dinner. You didn't cook it? You didn't skin it and clean it and cook it? What's the matter with you? You didn't have to do any work to hunt that food. Just letting a good meal go to waste. Shame on you. Oh, yeah. Yep. Mice and voles are a significant part of wolves' diets in tundra. Yeah, it's food. If you can hunt it or catch it, you can eat it. This is another reason why dogs were man's best friend. You go get it, we'll split it. I'll I'll share it with you type vibes. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go. Um, I might see you again this weekend. I might not. I don't know what's happening with We Are Deciphered tomorrow, but I'm sure they'll let me know if the MacBook or whatever has come back from the Wizards workshop. And if it has, we'll have a live, and if it hasn't, we'll push it a couple days. But, yeah, I hope you all have a great weekend. It was nice to just be able to sit here and hang out with y'all for a bit, just shoot the shit, talk about all the one-offs. I'm glad that you came back to the live and I was able to answer your question. I would have answered it, period, but I really love to know that people got the answer to the question, even if it was, you know, in a different video. But thank you for that, and thank you for everybody for your support. Oh, that's too bad. What did I say? Can we just buy another one? Fix it. Yeah, but even that's a lot you gotta go through. So what can you recover off of it, et cetera, et cetera. I've been telling the boy, call me, text me before you do this thing, but he grown. He grown. He grown. Shoot. I got me a techie. I've had shit die where I'm like, no, no, there's life and death on this laptop, the or computer or whatever. It can go. I'm gonna need you to get that file off of this thing. And been able to successfully recover some things. So I'm sure it's causing a huge disturbance. Like I said, it's all love. We fam. We gonna pull up eventually, whenever. So, um, it'll work out. It'll work out. It'll work out. Law of thirds. Why are you trying to start shit just as I'm getting ready to hop off? You want to start this age old Civil War argument. Cats, dogs, cats, dogs. Damn it. Can they both be great? Can they both be great? They both hunt when we don't want them to. They both love us. You know? You just starting shit. Stop it. Both are the best of friends. They really are. They really are. Marshall Irons with the last word. Thanks as always, ABSA, mods, chat, silent looters, and of course, Princey. Yeah, he's over it. I'll see y'all soon. Take care. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Stay sane. Eat something good. See you soon.